All right, hello and welcome today to this week's episode of the Football Lookout podcast. For the next two episodes, we're going to be going over some transfers for our clubs and some other European clubs as well. So today I am joined by Ryan.
Hello.
And Saif.
Hello.
Imran.
How you doing?
And Ibi.
Hola.
All right, so we're gonna begin this episode with some, by delving into our clubs. And first up, we have Manchester United. So Rayan, have United conducted any business yet in this transfer window?
Oh man, we should have. As of this recording, which is August 12th, we have just passed the quote unquote deadline to sign Sancho. So. So that should tell you how our transfer window is going now.
So how much?
So it doesn't seem like it's. Go ahead.
With that entire deal, I'm gonna get into it in a bit, but I've got an entire thing going on who we've got left. So right now, we're basically got rid of Sanchez, which is 300k plus a week off our books. Finally, thank goodness. My guy is actually doing decent at Inter, so I guess I'm happy for him, He's getting some playing time. Conte trusts him. He's chilling over at Syria. Good for him. And right now, Smaldini's loan...
Question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did Sanchez take his piano with him?
Why are you like this, man? There's no need to be like this. Arsenal fans love to mention the piano, man. Why?
Because it was such a fucking stupid thing. It was so stupid. He made this big deal out of piano.
Hey man, we both got screwed over in that deal, so
yeah, we did.
That was probably
the worst transfer swap in history of modern football.
Oh, 100%. I can't think of one that's worse. Where both of them are just horrible and just eating up money. Oh man, what was I saying? Oh, Smaldini. How could I forget about the best defender in Italy this season?
This guy really calls him Smaldini.
Do you have no respect?
No, that's a joke.
You have no shame.
Why would there
You know
be
what's
shame,
so
bro?
wild, man? And this guy's a Milan fan, so you think he'd be the one to understand the legend Maldini himself.
Hey man,
Smaldini.
I'll be honest, man. It just rolls off the tongue, bro. It just sounds right. And you can just... It's a joke, man. It's a joke thing. Don't worry. He is a good defender, though. I like the man.
He's alright.
Is it a joke though? I don't know. You say it very confidently.
Yeah, it's just a common joke, man. Do you get offensive to it?
I do take offense. Yes.
Oh man, it's okay. Just because he's better than all your defenders is fine. No worries, man.
Wow.
He is.
But what was I saying about the best
Bro.
defender in Italy this season?
De Vrij.
Yeah, De Vrij's been really
Unfortunately
good this
for Smalling, he actually wasn't able to play in Roma's match against Sevilla, which they lost. 1-0, 2-0? 2-0,
2-0.
yeah.
2-0.
And I'm hearing now that Inter want to buy him for about 20-ish mil.
Yeah, that's the price tag.
That's what I'm hearing. So I don't know, man. I like Smalling personally. I wouldn't want to sell him, but at the same time, at the moment, I don't think Ollie's gonna play him over Lindelof or. Well, I'm not even gonna mention Bailly because that man's made of glass.
season. Hold on, Lindelof isn't that impressive to
Bye.
me.
Really? You don't like the Iceman?
The who?
No, I think
The
he's
who?
alright. He's not bad though.
Good.
Nah, he's alright, but I think I would the way they've played this season, I would have Smalling.
Yeah, to be honest, I agree with you there
Facts.
because Smalling has been very good for Roma this season, and I would honestly start him over Lindelof. But I'm really not sure if Ollie's going to be doing that, so we'll see how that goes. But that's just me personally. And oh man, I forgot the man himself, Rojo, he's basically going back to his boyhood club where he's loan right now, Estudiantes, and I'm gonna miss the guy, man. He was our piece of shit player, and now we're not gonna have that guy who just 3-foot tackles everyone he sees.
So by piece of shit, you meant like your shithousery player?
Yeah, basically. He's that guy that gets into those tackles that never need to happen. Who will step on your face and think nothing of it.
That's not a piece of shit. That's just a prick.
Hey man, every team needs one, bro. Every team needs one.
I highly
Are there any-
disagree. I highly disagree.
And
are
every
there any
team
more,
has one.
Are there any more potential outgoings?
For let's see, Lingard. Let's be honest, that man's being phased out. Unfortunately, he's probably gonna be gone.
Lingardinho?
Linggoat, yeah. Unfortunately, you hate to see it. And Pereira, who there have as of right now, no transfer rumors to go, but I need him to leave. I need him to leave immediately. This man is single-handedly the worst player I've seen at United in a minute. He
I'm
is
sorry,
horrible.
worse than Lingard.
He's worse than mid. He's not even mid.
He's not, bro. He's really not. At best, he's mid. At best.
Same with Lingard.
Don't beat this guy. Don't beat this guy, man. Anyways, and finally for another potential out, Chong seems to be wanting a loan move for this coming season. So we'll see if he can get a nice
who does?
European loan move. Tahith Chong,
Tahith Chong.
The
the Dutch
Dutchman.
boy, yeah,
Yeah, the
the
Dutchman.
Dutch man himself.
Last I heard, Werder Bremen was interested in taking him on loan.
Oh, really? That would be solid
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, good for his development.
Yeah,
too.
where are they in the top flight in Germany?
They are. They almost got relegated this season, so the problem is if they suffer from being near the relegation zone again this season, then they'd probably cut back on his minutes. So that would be the only risk.
Hey, you know what, man? It'd be like this sometimes. I'm fine with it. He needs a loan move. And let's get into the ins now.
But didn't Angel Gomez, after his contract expired, go somewhere?
I don't know if he's signed for a club yet, but I know he's basically he's done at United. I don't think he's signed for a club just yet that I know of. Anyways.
I feel like I saw him sign for a club in the last few days, but I don't remember which club.
Yeah, I can't think.
Yeah, same. I can't remember.
It was either I can't remember. It was either a French club or Benfica or something like that. I don't remember.
Oh wait, no, you're right. So basically, what happened is he signed for Lille, and they loaned him out immediately.
Okay,
That's what happened.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I was confused because I feel like he signed for someone, but at the same time, I don't know, he went somewhere else too. But yeah, he signed for Lille and then went out on loan to Boa Vista, I believe is the name of the team.
Okay, yeah. So Portuguese team.
Yeah, good. So good for him, man. Good for my guy. Hopefully
Lille.
develops well, man. I think he's very talented.
All right, so a lot of potential movement on the transfers out. How
You
about the
wanna know
transfers in?
Sorry to interject, but you know an interesting thing I heard about United?
Let's hear it.
I forgot who said this, but it was someone very credible. And he goes, United are the only team in England that can splash 90 to 100 mil every summer. They're the only team in England that can apparently do that. No matter what, they might not even be in the Champions League, but they have so much commercial power that they're able to smash 90 to 100 million on a player each summer. And I find that ridiculous.
I feel like City have the same pull right now, to be
No,
honest,
that's
and
one good
capability.
thing.
Apparently to this guy,
Yeah, they could.
without breaking FFP rules, United are the only team that can do that. And to be honest,
Yeah.
who have City actually spent over 70 or 80 million on a player?
No, they haven't. They consistently spend 50 to 60 mil, in between that range on 30 players.
Yeah, because for them, they don't have the same commercial revenue that United has. And so, what they
That's because the stadium
don't
is
spend
empty.
on... What's that?
Oh no, I was just talking about the empty head.
Oh, yeah. But no, United's been out there for decades now. And so what City don't necessarily pay in transfers, they definitely pay in wages. And so that's, I guess, one way to offset that.
Yeah. And wages are a huge aspect of the actual transfer deal.
All right, so transfers in. What do we got?
Oh man. Right now, I'm just gonna go off what we need and what we're going for. Right now, what we need is a left back. badly. We can't just have Luke Shaw starting every game. We can't have Brandon Williams starting every game, man. We need a left back badly.
So you would
And-
have 3 left backs.
Yeah, man. I'll take Chilwell. You know, I'm fine with him. Him, Digne, Theo from Milan. You know, I'll take any of these guys. But sadly, we have not actually been linked to any left backs other than Alex Tejas, I believe. But that link was some random newspaper in Portugal, so that's not really a trustworthy link.
That's the Porto left back, isn't it?
Yeah,
He's quite good.
he's very good, bro. He looks very good.
Yeah, I heard he
But
was
I'm not
linked to
sure
Chelsea as well.
what the possibility is of him leaving right now.
I heard he was linked to Chelsea. I didn't know.
He was linked to Chelsea for a while. But then again, these guys have been splashing cash on a lot of people. I don't know if they've got anything left for Tejas.
Yeah, I don't know. 3 left backs sounds a bit weird. Sounds a bit excessive. You got to sell one, don't you?
Oh, for sure. I mean, they can get rid of Alonso.
No, I'm talking
Anyone
about
would
you.
take
I'm talking about United.
Oh, us? Oh, I'm not even counting Brandon, bro. He shouldn't be starting that much, if I'm being honest. He's a young kid, man. But
Yeah, and Luke Shaw missed a good bit of the season as well through injury.
yeah, but I've said it before, man. He's like average, you know. He's not good. He's not shit. He's average.
30s.
And let's see, what else do we need? Oh, CDM. I know Matic signed a new deal. You know, he's gonna be here for what, 2-3 more years. I still don't understand the point of that, because Matic is getting old. He barely turned up for this season. I don't know how, and we need a CDM badly. And right now, there's no actual solid links to any good CDMs out there. But Ollie, if you're listening, Benacer or Tonali, just drop the cash, 30-40 mil, sorted it for the next like decade plus. We're good,
You're not getting Tonali. He's too good.
bro. He's staying in Italy, man. I don't know what it is with these Italians nowadays, man. They're just not leaving Italy.
That's the Italians in general. I don't think many Italians go abroad.
They really don't, man. Like even British players nowadays go more abroad than these Italians, man.
Yeah, you see the younger guys going to Germany and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, question for you, Rayan.
Yes, sir.
So, the Sancho saga, as it has continued for many months now,
Oh,
doesn't seem to be progressing the way many United fans probably thought it would by now.
yeah.
And if United don't get their man this summer, do you think that they'll go for someone else instead?
Now, I know I've talked to Saif about this before because I saw this link earlier, and a couple other teams have been linked with this guy before as well. But Leon Bailey from Leverkusen, I've heard, is a cheap option if we don't get Sancho. So I'd be fine with getting him for like what, 20 mil, I believe the rumor was, if we don't splash
Yeah,
the cash on
around that
Sancho.
amount.
But the whole Sancho saga is kind of annoying right now, to be honest. These guys are really trying to like juice 120 mil out of us, man. Like I believe an initial reported offer was about 90 mil plus like 20 mil in add-ons, right? But these guys were like, nah, fuck that. We need 120 mil up front, and we need you to actually work through an agent, not through us directly. So I don't know why they're so. I don't know. I don't understand that either. But as of recently, I believe 2 days ago, their sporting director Michael Zorc is basically saying that they plan on having him at the squad this season, and that the decision is final. He's going to be staying for an extra season, whatever the case is. But he's also said the same exact thing about this guy named Aubameyang. I don't know if you've heard of him. Very big Dortmund player, currently playing for them right now. And Ousmane Dembele, also a current Dortmund player. So we've all seen how.
Yeah. I think I know who you're talking about. I think you're talking about the best striker in the league. Yeah, I think I know him.
No, I think you meant the best striker in the Bundesliga, right? Because he plays in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, of course.
Of course,
yeah,
man, of course.
statistically, most goals since he arrived. Yes.
Oh man, but yeah, man, we've all seen how this goes. Like, they just want more money at the end of the day. That's what it is. And United, they're gonna drop the 120 mil one way or
I
another.
don't think so.
I think it's gonna happen, bro.
I honestly don't think so. I don't think you're dropping 120 mil. 100 mil.
Bro,
I can
I don't
see.
think so either, man.
100
You know
mil
why?
I can
Your
see.
Your front three is already good. 120 mil, and you need a left back as well.
I mean, we
Nah.
need a right. I mean, we need a right winger though, to be honest, because Greenwood should not be starting every game. He's not even a right winger.
Yeah, it's a centre forward.
Just take back Zaha.
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad idea either. You know?
Hey man,
You
I
can
heard
dive-
I heard he's guys begging to go to Arsenal right now, man.
Yeah, oh my god. We're going
He's
to
genuinely
Arsenal, but
begging to
it's
go.
just actually mad what he's doing. It's just madness. But yeah, we'll get into that when we talk about Arsenal.
Oh yeah, we'll let Ibby rant on that for like 30 minutes.
All right. Any last thoughts on United?
They're a piece of shit.
I
club.
guess finally, if I have one thing to say, I do think we're gonna get
Amen.
Sancho this.
Amen.
I think we're gonna get Sancho this summer. Whether we drop 120 mil or a 90 mil with whatever much for like add-ons,
Hey.
we're gonna get him.
Rayon, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So Sandy Pan was saying, Sandy Pan the prick. I don't know if you know him, but he was saying that Pogba looks disinterested and he wouldn't mind if he went. If you got an offer for like 50 mil right now, or would you take it?
That's a steal.
I don't know how long
First of
he
all,
has
first of
Pogba
all,
for
did
now.
you say 50 mil?
stolen.
That's 100 mil less than what he's worth.
Bro, that's a steal.
But people are
that is a
But people
steal
are saying
and
he's
Oh, hold on.
people are saying he's disinterested, right? So
But the
do
thing
you
is,
cash in on?
as of right now, from what I'm hearing, is he's happy at United and he actually wants to extend his contract. So I don't know what my guy's talking about at the moment. From what I'm hearing right now.
Okay, I remember he saying that on the pitch he didn't look like too interested, but I don't know. Maybe it was just rust from
Alright.
being indoors.
Yeah, maybe it was just that game. You know, something was going on, whatever the case was. But I think he's gonna extend with us, hopefully.
Yeah, I think
And I think
like
that's
the
it
only
for
way.
us.
I think the only way Pogba goes is if like the dominoes fall in a way. So like if there was an exit by a big player from another club, maybe then they would have the money to go and get Pogba. Like the first thing that comes to my mind, for example, is if Ronaldo somehow leaves Juve this summer, would they excuse me, would they then like cash in and maybe swoop in for Pogba and revive their midfield with Pogba and Arthur, for example? You know, Pirlo will probably try to rebuild the team. That could be one way to make the team younger and more mobile.
You know what? Now that you mention it, that's kind of wild. Imagine these dudes sell Ronaldo and then get Pogba. They give him a proper midfield right as he leaves. That would be comical. That would be comical. Oh man, but
All
that's
right.
it on United for me.
All right, so now we'll transition to Tottenham. So Tottenham have moved quickly and signed 15-year-old Alfie Devine, or Devine, however you say that,
Devine, I
from
think.
Wigan Athletic. Highly rated youngster. I think it's almost a little bit of a coup. I mean, he's still a young player. The fee is set to be around £500,000, but obviously one that we'll definitely see in the years to come. But good for Tottenham and for investing in a young player. Other than that, we just yesterday confirmed the signing of Højbjerg from Southampton.
That's a good
He's
signing.
a central defensive midfielder. Great signing, former player of Bayern Munich under Pep as well. It's sort of interesting. We bought Wanyama from Southampton, and then they signed Højbjerg to replace Wanyama, and now we sort of let go of Wanyama again and signed Højbjerg to replace Wanyama. So pretty interesting there. But no, the main thing that I like about the deal is Kyle Walker-Peters going the other way to Southampton. So it was basically a swap, but sort of done in two different transfers. Is sort of the move done by most clubs nowadays because of financial fair play. But the difference I keep seeing between the transfers seems to be about £3 million. So whatever figure you see out there for Højbjerg, the main thing to keep in mind is that Kyle Walker-Peters plus 3 mil was pretty much what Højbjerg's transfer was, which is, I think, a fantastic piece of business.
Yeah, it's a good player. Man. He's a good player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the key there, I think he'll slot into the starting 11 right away and allow Mourinho to play with his two other midfielders in a 4-3-3 in a more free or advanced position, and so that'll potentially free up Ndombele and Lo Celso to do their thing while having someone like Højbjerg behind them, sort of cleaning up. So I'm a big fan of the transfer. This was one that's sort of been coming and discussed for the last few weeks and couple months even. So finally got that one over the line.
So does that mean Aurier is your only right back?
What's that?
So does that mean Aurier is your only right back?
Yeah, Aurier has been our only right back since Kyle Walker-Peters was on loan at Southampton. And interestingly enough, it seems that Aurier is potentially on his way out. The reports out there are saying that AC Milan have been working for over a year on a transfer for Serge Aurier, and it seems like he's open to a move. The big thing to keep in mind for Tottenham's plans this summer is the foreign player limit, both in the Europa League and potentially Champions League in the future, as well as the Premier League. And so now with Michel Vorm and Vertonghen leaving, that puts Spurs at 16 out of the 17 for the Premier League, and then signing Højbjerg puts them back at the 17 player limit. So Tottenham need to potentially let go of some foreign players in order to bring in other foreign players. So that sort of limits potentially what signings we can make unless we offload players. So I think that what we're going to see with Tottenham is one player going out, one player going in. And so any right back option that we can replace Aurier with will probably be contingent upon him leaving first. In terms of a replacement, keeping in mind what I just said about the homegrown player rule, Zeki Çelik has been linked. He's a Turkish right back that plays for Lille. Pretty good young player, but once again, he's a foreign player. So I think the most likely transfer then for Tottenham in that position is Max Aarons from Norwich. So they just got relegated. He's probably available for a cut price fee. I could see potentially £20 million or so could be enough to get him from Norwich. 20-year-old right back. Potential. I could see him potentially being a future England international. I think he has potential. He's not quite the taller sort of defender that Mourinho prefers. You know, if you think about some of his right backs in the past, like Ivanovic, for example, at Chelsea.
Yeah.
But I think given Spurs' limited options, he's probably the most likely one. Another one that's been mentioned is Castagna. He's a Belgian international that plays at Atalanta currently. He's not shied away from saying that he wants to play in the Premier League and has even dropped PSG and Spurs as clubs that he would be interested in going to. So that could be one potentially as well. His contract, I think, only has a year or two left, so we could potentially see that happen.
You know who would be a perfect right back for Mourinho?
Who?
It just came to mind. RB Leipzig's Lucas Klosterman. He's like 6'1" or something. He's a right back. He's a good right back.
Leipzig has. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's a very good right back as well.
Yeah, no, I think Leipzig has fantastic quality all over the pitch. It's just their project seems to be progressing, and you know they're in the Champions League and they'll be in it again next season, and it'll be tough to, I guess, pry players away from there, especially for example, like Werner only left because they paid his release clause, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in terms of other positions, we filled the CDM spot with Højbjerg. Right back, as we just mentioned, we definitely need a backup striker for Harry Kane. So Callum Wilson has been one that's been strongly linked from relegated Bournemouth. He could be available for 10 to 15 million pounds, which I think is a really good potential offer for him.
Yeah. And he's British.
Yep, he's British, England international. he could play in multiple positions, so he can even potentially play alongside Harry Kane in some matches. Another one that could potentially fulfill that role is Ollie Watkins from Brentford. He would be a little more expensive than Callum Wilson. Brentford have put a roughly a 20 to 25 million pound price tag on both Ben Rama and Ollie Watkins, but Ollie Watkins is younger. I think he can also play a variety of positions, and the only conundrum there would be just managing his minutes. Would he come to Tottenham and play a backup role, given that he's been playing the whole 90 minutes basically for Brentford every game. And then the other positions that are probably less of a priority but could also potentially use strengthening are center back and potentially a backup goalkeeper. So I think backup goalkeeper is the lowest on the list in terms of center back options. Korean Virgil van Dijk, Kim Min Jae
Oh my god.
has been linked.
Don't start this.
From the Chinese Super League from Beijing. A 15 million pound price tag has been discussed, but we'll see how that goes. I think Son could help him bed into the club and the culture pretty quickly. They've played together for the national team, and he's even assisted him for a few headers on corners. So I think he would be a potential good signing. I think he could potentially replace Juan Foyt, our 19, 20-year-old center back from Argentina. He seems to potentially be on his way to Leeds. We'll see. There's been talk of a 12 to 15 million pound transfer for him from Leeds with Marcelo Bielsa. But yeah, I think in terms of that, we also saw our young academy product, Troy Parrott, go on loan to Millwall. I think that's a good move for him in the Championship to finally get some minutes. He's already been capped by the Irish national team. I think he's one to watch for the future. I think we could potentially see him get first team minutes the season after.
Basil,
Go ahead.
how old is this guy and what have you seen of him?
Troy Parrott just turned 18. I've seen some clips of him playing some under 21 matches. He made a cameo for us in the FA Cup match against Norwich. He didn't really get to play too much, and I think he missed a penalty as well.
I swear Mourinho didn't want to play him or something.
What's that?
Didn't Mourinho, he didn't want to play or something like that? There was some big thing about Troy Parrott in a press conference or something.
Yeah, so when Son and Kane were both out injured, there's a lot of push from Spurs fans to see him get minutes and to potentially even start. Mourinho was a little bit against that. He said, as a 17-year-old, we need to protect him and manage his minutes wisely and develop him properly. I think part of that also came from, for example, Arsenal playing a lot of very young players this past season with Saka and Martinelli and other players getting minutes for Arsenal. Some Spurs fans thought, why not Troy Parrott as well? But now he got a loan move now, so I think that'll be good for his development. I think he was still young at the time; he was still only 17 when a lot of fans were calling for him to be included. But I think this will be a good move for him. I think Harry Kane also, one of his first loan moves was to Millwall as well. So some people have drawn some parallels between them. I guess for romanticism, I guess, but.
Yeah.
The only other thing I want to include is one potential dream signing that I would love and would be fantastic would be a loan move for Gareth Bale, and I'll just leave it at that.
Oh wow!
Wow.
No, don't just leave it at that. Don't just try to walk away from what you said like you didn't say it.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Evie.
good, Gareth Bale. If you pulled that off, mad. Because if you pull that off,
Does he have on his
2 years. He's got 2 years left at Real
Gareth-
Madrid, I think.
Yeah,
Can you
he
tell
has.
if you want to loan him for a year and he comes back with only 1 year left on his contract?
Yeah, I mean he's not going to play at Real. I think that's clear.
I guess so if he doesn't have any suitors, it would work to kind of clear off the wage bill a bit. They're still going to have to pay some of it, but then when he comes back, it's like, oh, what if we sold him a year ago and got more money from him and got him off the wage bill completely? So maybe they would do it if they were desperate, I think. You know, because it's like he's got 2 years left. He's probably on like what? I don't know what he's on, like
He's on big money.
something crazy.
I think last I saw it was around
300,
600 or
400.
650.
Oh lord.
Jeez. So how much would you pay off that 650? What? No more than 150, right? 200 maybe.
Yeah, so it would have to be a pretty favorable financial deal for it to happen. I could potentially see us paying 250, 300 max. Obviously, he'd be the highest paid player at the club. But I think also commercially he'd make a lot of money as well for the club, even just being there for that one season.
Yeah.
Would you want the club to buy him?
If we could somehow get like a option to buy that's super cheap, why not? But for now, I'm just gonna think very short term, and I think a loan move would be good for him as a player, like mentally, and getting just minutes again, and his family would, I think, would enjoy it as well. And the club and the fans love him, so he'd be welcomed instead of being jeered by the Madrid fans. So he missed out on his move to China. It seemed like Real were willing to even let him go for almost nothing. Just let him move to China on $1 million a week, and they'd save his wages. But it seems like I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. I don't think there's any other offers, and I don't think any other club is gonna be in for him. So he's basically just gonna collect 20+ mil a year, even more than that. No, that's even like
Ozil's
probably
on
almost
18,
30 mil a
so-
year
Yeah,
for the
Ozil's
next
on
2
18,
years.
he's double almost.
That's mad.
Yeah,
That's
so
madness.
it's a lot of money. But Mourinho, big manager. Spurs is a bigger club now. Who knows? Why not dream of a potential loan move for Gareth Bale?
Yeah, why not, man? Why not? I mean, I'll call it a delusion, but you can call it a dream if you want to. No, but he would be.
Yeah,
I think he would be a very good. If he was to come back to Tottenham, I think he'd do very well.
No, same.
I think
see
he'd do
the
very
chances
well.
of happening is like less than 10%. But yeah, it would be a good move for him and for Tottenham, but not for Real Madrid, who own the player.
I think Madrid are done with him.
I
Man. I
think-
think Madrid just want to get rid of him, just wipe their hands clean of him. There's a lot of bad blood between
Yeah,
them.
that's
innit?
what I'm saying.
They
A
just-
transfer would work better, you know.
Yeah.
I think if Levy sees those wages, he's gonna have a heart attack. Honestly. Also, it's gonna be tough, man. Bale will have to try and get minutes off Lucas Moura. I don't know.
Oh god.
My God,
Brazilian
don't even.
The Brazilian Walcott.
Yo, if Lucas Moura starts most of our games next season, I'm gonna be highly disappointed. We have Bergwijn, man. Bergwijn is supremely talented, and we saw
I'm
what
not
he can
gonna
do
lie.
this season.
Oh,
His
yeah,
debut goal
Lucas-
against City.
Yeah, Lucas is.
That was a
he's-
scorcher, man.
Yeah, he
Lucas
even
is
wrecked
kinda
us too,
mid.
man. Shoot, that
And
made
Lamella
Burgundy.
thinks that he's Lionel Messi's little brother.
What?
Who?
I said Lucas is kind of mid, and Lamella is like he's okay, but I just feel like when he plays, he like holds onto the ball too much, wants to dribble too much. So I think Spurs can definitely like upgrade on those two players.
Yeah, as much as I love Lamella, I think this is a perfect time to move him on. He's a foreign player. He doesn't get as many minutes because he's often injured half the season or 3/4 of the season.
Yeah.
I think he'd do well going back to Italy, and we could potentially put another winger in his position, whether it is Bale or even there even has been links, as Rayan said, to United. There's also been links with Leon Bailey to Spurs, but obviously Spurs would have to offload a winger first for that to even come close to happening. So, yeah. Well,
Lamella is Spurs' piece of shit player. Just an FYI.
Lamella, yeah, he's got a little bit of a bite to him. But yeah, enough of Spurs now. Safe. What's Liverpool been up to? I heard they made a new signing.
This is about to last 5
we
minutes.
have been broke boys for most of the summer, but we have finally made a signing. Technically, our second signing, because our first was like some young Norwegian guy. I don't know much about him though, but he's like a youth guy. We finally signed a guy, the left back from Olympiakos, named Tsimikas. I believe the T is silent in Greek.
Yeah.
So he is Olympiakos' starting left back. Well, was. Now he's with us. So that's good. We needed a backup left back for like the last 3 years. 3 or 4 years. So we finally got one. So yeah, I'm happy about that. It was like 11.74 million pounds or something like that.
Mhm.
So very cheap. He's making like 50K a week from what I heard. So yeah, it's a smart move. It's a good move because Lewis, the left back from Norwich, was costing us too much, more than what we wanted to pay Norwich. So we backed out of that deal. Klopp immediately called this guy up because we had him on the radar. He turned down moves to Napoli and Leicester, I believe, and he said, "Okay, he's on his way." So that's good. Now we need possibly a few more pieces, but I don't see us buying that many people.
What about Thiago?
Like Thiago again, Fabrizio Romano. Oh yeah.
Yes, I was just.
What was that,
saying
Imran?
Thiago, you're looking at to get him, aren't you?
Yeah, it's like sources close to Liverpool are saying it's unlikely. Some other sources saying it's like there's interest, but it's not really likely right now. Fabrizio Romano is like apparently Jurgen and Thiago are in contact with each other. They both want the move to happen, but the clubs haven't agreed a fee. Now Christian Falk, a source who's reliable in Germany, close to Bayern, he is saying like, okay, Bayern want that 30 million euros, but there's definitely interest between Thiago and Liverpool. Like Thiago would be amazing because in my opinion he's a world-class midfielder who's available for like 30 million euros, which is a steal. But the problem is our midfield becomes crowded. I think what happens is because Wijnaldum is also 29, replacing a 29-year-old with another 29-year-old fits into the timetable, like the timetable that the club is trying to run on, because they're trying to integrate youth within the next 3 seasons. So that kind of works to have someone you can get 3 good years out of, then ship them off. But I think it depends because Wijnaldum's on the last year of his contract. So if he doesn't want to sign, then we bring in Thiago. If not, then I guess we try and wait to see if we can get him on a free next summer. I don't know if that's likely though. But yeah, that's all we've been up to. I do want to see Thiago.
What a
but
player.
I feel like
What a player he is, man.
yeah, he's amazing, man.
Barca are so
Yeah,
freaking
he's
stupid
like-
for letting him go.
He was the perfect replacement for their midfield.
He was. Do you want to know something interesting?
Yeah.
Apparently, if Liverpool don't make any moves for Thiago, Arsenal are looking at him.
Oh,
That'd be so sick.
okay.
Yeah, that'd be
That'd
crazy.
be so sick. I'd be so happy.
I don't
Bro,
know about that one.
I would
but
send.
that'd be-
I would
Yeah.
send
If we
you-
got him,
Safe.
I would
if-
have a party in my
legit,
pants.
if Safe had a, I'm sorry, Safe. if
Oh my.
if Arsenal get
I would rub
Thiago
it in
somehow,
Safe's
if
face so
Arsenal
hard.
get Thiago somehow, I'm taking a selfie of my balls and I'm sending it to Safe.
Oh my god.
For the viewers at
Sound
home
like
right
a-
now, you might not know it, but
You're talking
Saif-
about footballs.
Saif has been talking about Thiago for months. He has been hyped about this guy for months.
No,
man.
not
So
just that.
this-
It's because he's been talking about Saka. He's been
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
Saka.
Saka. This is why.
Hey man, Saka should have come to Liverpool.
You are a heathen. You're lucky you're 5,000 miles away. Don't talk about my baby boy like this.
I mean, in all honesty, it seems like Thiago's more likely to go to PSG than anywhere else.
Fuck PSG, man.
Yeah, that's the fear. Because if we wait too long, I could see him getting tempted by PSG. Because yeah, they could use him. He'd help, so I could see it
Say,
happening.
you guys do need creativity.
I hope not. I'd want him here.
You guys do need creativity in the middle, man. Like, have Henderson and Wijnaldum do a job, but you need creativity, man. Someone who can break the lines, put passes in
Yeah.
behind.
There's like in an ideal world, and obviously we're not living in ideals, but in an ideal world we have Naby Keita who can be creative, and we bring in Thiago and we rotate them so they don't play too many minutes because they are injury prone, both of them. So if we rotate them, that would be like less of a load on both of them, and that's what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
You know,
There's interest between like Klopp and Thiago, but you have to agree with the fee with Bayern. So I think. Oh, also, apparently the club told Jurgen that he has to sell first to buy, which brings me to our sales. We're looking at selling Marco Grujic, Harry Wilson, and Xherdan Shaqiri, and possibly Origi, because I remember some team was linked with Origi. I forget the name, but someone just got linked with Origi like last night or this morning. So that would be an interesting move. Grujic, I know there's interest from Berlin. There has been, because he's been on loan there for the past 2 years. So if we could get like, we probably won't get 20 million, but if we could get like 12, max 15, that'd be nice. Around 12 probably. Harry Wilson as well, same thing. And Shaqiri, I think we can sell for close to 20, which would be a good amount of money.
Fair enough.
All right, yeah, seems kind of quiet up in Merseyside.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's a bit
I
quiet
think
right
you
now.
guys do
Yeah.
need to get players in, man, to freshen up the squad. Because the last 2 years, it's pretty much been the same squad. I think you guys need freshening up. Otherwise, you
Yeah.
stagnate. One guy that...
Yeah.
Our ownership is very what's it called, conservative in that sense. Like they don't really spend a lot unless there's guaranteed income coming in,
Fair enough.
which is annoying, but they play it cautious financially.
You know, one guy that I think would be very good for Liverpool's midfield, but I think I really want him at Arsenal. Dominic Szoboszlai from Salzburg, the 19-year-old. Ever since I saw him, I was just like, I want him at Arsenal.
Yeah.
But he would be very good. He seems
Oh.
like a Klopp player. He seems great dribbler, good passer, athletic, very good box-to-box player. He really is. Would be a good replacement for
He's
Ronaldo.
from Salzburg, correct?
Yeah. I really want him at Arsenal, but he would be a good player for Liverpool.
And that makes sense. We've targeted Salzburg and ex-Salzburg players before, so it makes sense. Oh, I just remembered. We have also been linked with Ismail Assar, the winger from Watford,
Mad.
who's also Senegalese, so he's tight with Mane. Mane speaks highly of him. The problem is they paid 30 mil for him, so they'd probably want somewhere around that amount, which brings us to the same problem as Thiago, which is like we have to make up the 30 mil first before we, go for Assar. But he'd be nice.
No?
He would do very well with Werner up top.
So
Yeah.
next we have the Gooners. This is gonna be a long one, so stay tuned.
Yeah, it's gonna be another 45 minutes, guys. So fasten your seatbelts.
Okay, so I prepared a document for this segment of the podcast.
I do have to clarify, Ibi did it. I'm just out here.
That is true. I work harder than Imran. Okay, so first I want to start with the Arsenal out list, because the reason why is because we don't always get the transfers we want coming in, and we also have a lot of dead weight, a lot of issues going on in the club in regards to players, attitudes, players not performing well enough, and so forth. So I'm going to go through my Arsenal out list, starting from kind of like who I want out the most, but also with like, what's more realistic. So first off, Guendouzi, that little prick.
No, he has to go.
I think we can. Yeah, say again.
He has to go. I'm sorry. The
Yeah,
fact
I
that
think
he didn't
he's got
congratulate
to
us.
go. Yeah, I would say that if he didn't have the attitude, we could maybe get 30 plus for him. Because of his attitude, other clubs could probably negotiate 25 mil.
No.
I'll
We
take
can still do
25
it.
mil.
We can still negotiate. He's a young player. He's a French international now. We turned him into a star. We can easily
Yeah.
get 30 mil for him.
That is true, but they could kind of use the fact that they know we're trying to sell him. So I don't know.
Listen,
But
man,
I see what you're
negotiations are
saying. Maybe we
tricky,
could-
but I'm sorry, a young player.
How much do you?
A young player that's got a lot of years left on his contract, that's developing well, decent player, and could become a good player. Yeah, we can get 30 mil. 30 mil is nothing in this transfer window, in this transfer market. Sorry.
All right, let's say 30 mil, but just keep in mind coronavirus.
I don't care. Fucking pay. If
Okay.
Dortmund can ask for 120 mil, we can ask for 30.
Yeah. All right, fine. Next guy on the list is Torreira. The reason why he's next on my list is because if he's not playing, if he's not in the first team, I rate him as a player. Some people think, things may not have worked out exactly as we had wanted for his second season, but I rate him as a player. But if he's gonna be on the bench, we might as well just sell him and get like another CDM like Thomas Partey or something. I think he's worth about £25 million. I like having him and I really like him, but if we're looking at Thomas Partey, who's a better player, why not sell him, get Thomas Partey? Next on my list is Kolasinac. Kolasinac is actually, according to Transfer Markets, worth about 13 mil. I'd sell him for 10. Just want to get rid of him. He's the most useless left back I've ever seen in my life. He plays like he's a left forward in a 4-4-2 system, like a left striker or something. He's always out of position. Terrible defender. We can do better. We got him on a free, so if we sell him for 10 mil, that's good. Next up is El Nene. We can probably get like 4 mil for him.
He's still
That's
at
not
Arsenal?
much, but sorry,
Is he still at Arsenal?
Yeah.
I believe.
Oh
I
my
believe
goodness.
I think he was on loan somewhere, maybe in
was.
Turkey or something.
Man,
Yeah,
I
still-
forgot he existed altogether.
Yeah, bro. I was hoping he could help, bring Salah to us, but that didn't happen. And then we have Socrates. He's worth about 6.75 mil. Because we have so many centre backs, which I'm gonna go on to shortly, I'll just sell him for like 5-6 mil, get him off the books, get him off the wage bill. Mkhitaryan, he's got maybe, I think, 1 year left on his Arsenal deal, I think. And he was just on loan at Roma. Sell him to Roma for whatever they want, 10 to 15 mil, get him off the books. Mustafi's on my list, but we can't sell him because he's injured. But he's on my list for about 12 mil. And then there's also a rumor that came out like today or yesterday that's saying that Juve are looking at Lacazette as a replacement for Gonzalo Higuain, who's been linked to us for about a decade. And so my question to you, Imran, or to everyone in the group chat is, how much would you sell Lacazette for? Do you want to sell him?
I don't want to, but I'd sell him if the right money came in. Around 30.
What's the
35.
right
money
amount?
considering
30,
How much?
35. I think he's worth that.
you said 30, 35?
Yeah. Between that.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
we can get more,
I agree.
great. But I don't think we can get more out of him.
Yeah, I don't think we can because his output is not in the Premier League, has not been prolific. It's been mid basically. But he works for the team. But if you look at his numbers, especially this season, not that great.
What do you
It's
guys
had a
think about
difficult
the
season, but-
Lacazette to Juve rumors plus a couple players?
I'd rather they just give us
I
hard
don't-
cash, man.
Say that again.
I'd rather they just give us hard cash.
Yeah, bro. I don't want any of their players. Like, I don't see anyone attractive there.
Actually, I mean, there's one swap deal I'd do, Lacazette for Ronaldo. I'll do that.
Whoa. wait.
Oh,
Hold up.
wait, bro. We'd have to negotiate with Man United for his loan, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Because for those of you who don't know what I'm referring to, Rayon, he has like an insider at Manchester United.
Yes,
Apparently,
sir.
Ronaldo has been on loan this whole time.
Yeah.
For the past
For
8
12
to 10
years.
years or however
For
long it's
11 years.
I'm telling y'all, he's
itching.
gonna have his last dance now. He's out of the Champions League, He's got no reason to stay there. He's gonna come back, trouble at United, and go to Atlanta
Bro.
United.
That's even less likely than the Bale coming back to Spurs.
Dog, don't do this. Bro, Ronaldo would have licked his lips at the chance of
Actually
getting
you know
him those
what,
balls
Basel?
from Greenwood. What?
Basel, I don't know which one is less likely, to be honest.
The
Because the reason
Ronaldo
why I
one is
say
less
that-
likely.
No, I don't think he'll come back. But like I said before, like Real Madrid are not loaning him out. I don't think they will, especially he's got 2 years left on his contract. But let's get back to reality. I know Imran mentioned Ronaldo and sidetracked all of us, but I don't think we would. I don't want any of Juve's players. None of them are really attractive to me, and the hard cash would be good so we can go out and get who we want.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Imran. How do you feel about the whole Ozil situation?
I'll sell him. Straight.
Sell him to who?
Anyone.
That's the question.
Anyone. You mentioned the people that you'd sell. I'd sell Ozil. I'd sell
Bro,
most-
I would sell him for sure. I'd sell him right now.
I'd sell Ozil.
But the problem is,
I'd definitely sell Guendouzi because
yeah.
I don't like his attitude, especially what apparently he said to. And I was pretty hard on Neil Maupay, and I still am because of, what he done to Leno. Also, just speaking of Leno, congratulations to him and his wife. They got married today.
Congratulations.
But Yeah, but
he's definitely a keeper.
yeah, but
But tis.
dead joke aside, yeah. So I heard that he was disrespecting the Brighton players a lot, like talking about that money and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just find that bottom tier behavior. I don't like that at all.
Considering this guy came from League Two, we plucked him from the gutters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like that
know?
attitude. And then obviously we won the FA Cup. Everyone, even past players that have gone to other clubs, congratulated Arsenal, but he didn't. Like, he just put a picture of him on holiday, and that just I was just like, no, I'm done with you. So yeah, I'd sell Ozil, I'd sell Guendouzi. If the money came in for Lacazette, I'd sell him as well. I'd probably sell Torreira, although I don't know. He probably doesn't want to play backup CDM if we do get Thomas Partey, but
he doesn't want to. For sure.
I'd probably sell Torreira. I would sell. I'd sell Kolasinac, 100%. Sell Kolasinac. This guy, actually, just transfer him to our security department. Just do that.
True.
I'd sell Socrates.
And cut his wages down.
Yeah, and I'd sell Socrates as well. I'd sell him, and El Neni, of course. I think we can get out. I think after selling all those players, I genuinely think we could make 100 mil.
So far from that list, I've got like 70, basically comes out to £100 million.
Yeah, I think we'll get 100 mil, which would be very good because obviously Arsenal, they're not in the greatest financial position. We're looking at swap deals, etc. Mm-hmm. So it would just be good for us to raise that kind of funds if we're able to offload these players quite quickly. In terms of players incoming, this just forget.
I had one more question for you.
Yeah.
So there was a rumor going around that Arsenal would just pay off Ozil to leave like now.
No, I wouldn't do that. Fuck that. That's just dumb.
Why not?
Why? That's just wasting money. We don't even have money. Why are we going to waste it?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I agree.
No, I'll just sell him straight. Just take him and go.
Well, this is assuming that no one wants to buy him. So it's like, he's gonna have to wait out his contract for a year, or we sell him now.
Yeah, but
that's what I mean.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't like the idea of buying out his contract. He's on a lot of money. I don't want to waste that money.
You're right, because he still has some commercial value, and we're going to end up paying the 18 million now over the next year anyway. So
exactly.
Maybe you're right. There's no point in us paying 18 now. We could probably get another player for that much.
Yeah. In terms of people that
Inns, right?
Yeah, the two people that I really want to come in is definitely Thomas Partey. He's a bad boy.
100%.
100%. Definitely him, and Lille centre back Gabriel. Yeah. Apparently, Atletico want 50 million upfront straight away, hard cash, no swap, no nothing. They just want hard cash, and they want the whole 50 million on top, straight away. So that's apparently difficult for us to do.
Yeah, bro, they're not gonna do 10 installments of 5 mil a year like we do with Pepe.
Yeah, I know, it's a bit annoying, but I can understand. Obviously, that's just how Atletico have always done business like that. So if we can get him, I would love it. And Gabriel,
I'm not gonna,
because he's a good centre back, ball playing centre back. He's young, he's left footed as well, so that's good. And I think over the next few years he'll make a good partnership with Saliba.
I'll just add one quick thing. If you look at some of the players we're linked with, apart from wingers every freaking transfer window, but the other players are all like part of the spine. So if you look at it, we have good goalkeepers and good strikers. Centre backs, CDMs, and Cam, no.
To be honest,
straight down the middle.
One thing I learned about the Willian deal, and apparently Willian is definitely happening. And I thought he was going to be playing as a winger. And I was
he can play Cam as well.
I know. So that's what I just learned recently, is that Arteta wants him as a 10. Arteta wants to play him as a number 10, and I was thinking about it.
Really?
I was thinking about it, and I was just like, you know what? That's actually pretty good. Willian as a number 10.
Yeah.
He could be the kind of guy that picks the ball up, drives at the defense, and then lays it off.
Bro, imagine Willian picks it up, right? He's got Saka on the left, Pepe on the right, Aubameyang in front of him.
Yeah, and he can he can have a pop from long range.
Yeah, he can.
So he can do that as well. And I think because he's on a free, he'll be quite good financially. I just hope we don't pay him anything more than 120 grand. Because I don't think he's worth more than 120 grand a week. I really don't. I know he's coming on
Yeah,
a
I
free
can
and
agree
all
with
that
that.
stuff, but even then, he's 31
Yeah.
years old. He is on the decline. I just don't think he's worth more than that.
Oh yeah, I agree. No more than 100 for me.
In terms of dream signing, well, it's not like a big dream signing, but it's in terms of a player that I really want us to get, apart from Thomas Partey, is the Lyon player Houssem Aouar.
Aura. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love him.
Oh, wow.
Aouar. He looks like he's going to be a very good player. He genuinely looks like he's going to be a very, very good player. And I also see him as a 10. I know he plays as a number 8, but I think that he'd be better as a number 10, just roaming behind the front line.
Yeah.
And
One
also
quick thing
Zaha.
I'll say is
Possibly Zaha. I wouldn't mind Zaha. It wouldn't be a dream signing, but the way this guy's been begging, oh my days, it's mad.
he's like, I'll do anything. I mean anything.
Like there was so many interviews, like he was being interviewed about what his favorite away day is, and he goes to Emirates. We were like, whoa. And then there was like him saying to Lacazette, "Come get me, come get me."
Yeah.
And then there was
And
the
then
recent
the other day,
video.
I think it was yesterday or the day before, I read an article where his friends posted a picture with him in there, and they stayed at Arsenal, and they were like, Arsenal, you guys are effing stupid if you don't sign this guy up
Yeah, no, he was in a
on
club.
the cheap or something.
He was in a club, and then there was a sign in the club that said Zaha to Arsenal, and he was pointing at it. So I've actually never seen it like that. Like I've never seen a player so directly say, "I want to go to this club." Normally, it's like players the way they act out is just they just want out of the club. But this guy is very specific about where he wants to go. So yeah, to be honest, I would like to see Zaha at Arsenal simply because he wants to be here so bad, and he's got talent. So, and I believe in Arteta. That I believe that if he comes to us, it will work out really well. A front three of Zaha,
Okay.
Aubameyang, and Pepe is with, let's just say, Aouar behind them.
But
That's just nasty.
where does Saka fit into this though? Like, do we need him?
What do you mean? Do we need Saka? Of course we need him.
No, I'm saying, do we need what's his name? Zaha, if we can, have Saka on the left.
We can have Saka on the left, but it's just for like rotation and having squad depth as well.
Okay, I
You
see.
know, 'cause
I guess I see what you're saying. If we could get him on the cheap,
Yeah.
Why
It's
not?
not going to be cheap though. That's the only thing. I just know. Him signing that contract last season was just one of the dumbest moves he made. He should not have signed a contract. He should have just kind of waited it out. But yeah,
Right,
I mean, we
so
have a good crop of young
last-
players. But
the
they're
last
still
thing
young.
I'll say is before the listeners get bored about all the other guys get bored of us talking about Arsenal,
I don't give a
is
fuck.
we have a massive centre back issue where we have like 8 freaking centre backs and none of them are world class. Saliba hasn't played for us, but so we have Saliba in order of importance. Saliba, David Luiz. Yes, I have David Luiz as second. Then after that, it's kind of like Holding, Chambers, Murray, Mavropanos, Socrates, and obviously Mustafi. Chambers is injured. Mustafi is injured. Murray is injured. Mavropanos was on loan. He did well. And Socrates just hasn't featured pretty much. I think he featured maybe one time after once Project Restart happened. But I would say we need to sell at least half of these guys. And also, I do not see us. I don't know. Like, if we get this Gabriel guy, right? Are we gonna get him then sell centre backs, or are we gonna sell centre backs to raise money then get
We
him?
need to sell centre backs, man. Either way,
So,
whether they
I'd say
sold first.
Socrates. So like obviously two of them are injured, so we can't sell them. But I think we could sell Socrates and Holding.
I would like to keep Holding, to be fair.
Well, but okay, so between Holding and Chambers, who would you pick? Chambers is more versatile, can play CDM and right back.
Yeah, I'd probably choose Chambers over Holding. I think
I think I would
apparently
as well.
Leeds were looking at Holding as well. Leeds United.
You said Leeds?
Yeah, they were looking at £15 million deal for Rob Holding, which isn't bad. Which
I
is
would
a pretty
say
good
do
deal.
it. Yeah, I would say do it. Him and Socrates, we could maybe get like 15 to 20.
Yeah, but
That's
we do
20
need to
mil
sell-
right there. We can drop that on the centre back.
Yeah, we do need to sell about minimum three centre backs this summer.
But the problem is we can't. I don't know what to do. We got Mary's injured, Chambers injured, Mustafi's injured, so all three of them are out of the question. Saliba and David Luiz definitely staying. That's 5. So all we have left is Holding, Socrates, and Mavropanos.
No, sell Socrates.
Hey, yo, I have
Definitely.
a- I have a question
good
for you.
season on loan. Sorry.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Very serious question. How do you have so many center backs, and they're all shit?
Gazidis.
I just want to know how you have just a sheer amount.
Okay.
And they're all
I'll
bad.
tell you. I think it's the club kind of being a bit cheap, and Basel made a good point last year when he was like, "You guys spent like 70 odd mil on Pepe, when we needed a centre back so badly, and then we went and got a Chelsea player who's on the decline. He signed for Chelsea when he was young. He went to PSG, then came back to Chelsea, and then we decided we wanted like double leftovers." And picked him up and gave him a 2-year deal, paying him probably at least 100 grand a week. So
That's what
the
it
problem
is.
is the club are trying to be. I think they're kind of being a bit cheap. Like the only time when we really properly invested in the centre back was like Mustafi, I think, and he flopped. He was I think he was a top 10 most expensive centre back signings in the Premier League at the time for 35 mil,
Oh my.
and he basically flopped. So I don't know, man. I think it's honestly we're kind of being cheap, and we're not prioritizing the positions that need to be filled like from the back.
To be honest, though, our signings recently, our centre back signings, bar David Luiz, they haven't been that bad. I mean, Saliba is a up and coming defender, highly rated. Gabriel is another highly rated defender. Pablo Mari was a decent defender. Well, he's known to be a decent defender. So yeah, it hasn't. I mean, we're recruiting. Our recruitment is in the right direction.
But you know what I'll say though, the thing about Murray is that he was once wasn't he once a Man City player and didn't play once?
Yeah.
I think
But so was Jadon
So
Sancho.
decent
So what's your point?
is. So like my point is like when you say decent, and I think other people accuse us of overrating players too much. He was playing in Brazil. Yeah, he was doing well and all that, but he hasn't been able to hack it in Europe yet. You know.
I mean, he's had a couple of games with us, man, and he hasn't been terrible, to be fair.
Yeah, he hasn't been terrible. I'm just saying I haven't seen much of him in Europe. You know.
Yeah, but I'm
And when he
just
played for
saying
us-
that he's been like that's what people say. He's a decent defender. He's
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we haven't seen anything yet, right? Like anything
Yeah,
of
true.
note where you
But I
can be
think
like, oh,
that's
he's
why-
had 10 good games.
yeah, but I think that's why we're trying to get Gabriel as well, another left foot centre back who has played in Europe, you know, and he is highly
And-
rated.
Some of it comes down to bad luck as well, because we've had a lot of centre back injuries this season. So you never know. You know, if Chambers was fit, Murray was fit, maybe our defense would have been a little better, a little more stable this season. Because Chambers I think he was having a good season until he got injured.
No, I hear you, but despite all of that, we still need the centre backs. We still needed a centre back, but those two I really want. I want Thomas Partey. I want Gabriel. Even if we sign no one else, at least if we have those two, I'll be happy.
Oh yeah, bro, I'll be really happy, man. When's the last time we had a CDM that really fit? I felt like it was Torreira's first season. It kind of looked like he was like, oh, next season this guy's gonna be amazing, and then it's like this happened.
If we can get rid of the players that we mentioned and bring those two in, it'll be a decent summer.
Yeah, I'll have no complaints really. I mean, plus Willian as well, right? Are we getting him on a free?
I think apparently it's already done, but
Yeah, I heard
the
that
only
too.
reason the announcement has been made here is because the video editing people, I think they're off. I think I don't know if it's a holiday that they're on or if it's because of coronavirus and they're in lockdown, but it's because they haven't made the video yet. That's why the signing isn't complete.
No, you
Also,
can't be
rumor
serious,
has
man.
it Aubameyang has signed a new deal.
Oh yes,
But
that would be our
we'll
best
see.
signing. That would be our best signing if Aubameyang signs.
Imagine that.
That is the most important thing.
Arguably the best striker in the league. I'm just gonna say arguably. He's up there, top 2.
And he ain't even number
Definitely.
2.
Okay, no.
Hold on.
We're not rating Aubameyang over Harry Kane.
Yes, we are. Anyway, this we need to sign Aubameyang. We need to. I'm sorry, if Aubameyang doesn't sign and he ends up leaving,
We're fucked.
we
We
are
are fucked.
beyond fucked. Oh my god! Like it. I don't think I don't think non-Arsenal fans can comprehend how fucked we are. we would be catastrophic. It would be Armageddon.
Bro, I don't even know how we'd get in the top 10.
Bro, look at his performance in the final against Chelsea.
Bro, did you? He wrecked them.
But it's just
Oh
like
my god.
if we had someone like let's just say we were playing with one of the lower kind of strikers like Nketiah. Let's say if we had Nketiah on the
No,
pitch.
Morata.
Or Morata or Firmino, he would never have finished that.
But Firmino it is defensive striker.
Oh yeah,
so it's a little different.
Like that.
All right. I'm gonna stop this circle jerk over Aubameyang.
Thank God.
Let's wrap up with some questions from social media. Okay.
Oh man,
All right,
thank
let's do
goodness. These
All
dudes are
right,
about to go on a
so-
tangent.
All right, so we have a question that I think we sort of covered a little bit earlier, but from a Miracle7 on Twitter, he's asking if Jadon Sancho makes it to Man U, which of their current front three is getting dropped for him?
Daniel James.
Oh man. Oh wait, he's not even in our front three, bro.
Oh, is he not?
No, he's not in our front three.
No. he doesn't
Rashford.
start.
I'd get rid of Rashford.
Oh wait, what?
I'd say
I'd say
Greenwood.
Greenwood. For sure, Greenwood, because they'll have Martial on the left, or Martial up top, Rashford on the left, and Sancho on the right.
Wait,
Greenwood's young, so he can
I'm
rotate.
confused about Greenwood's position. Now, what is he's a centre forward, isn't he?
So he's
Yes, but he
He's
can
supposed to be
play
a
on the
striker.
right.
Yeah. So our entire front three, by the way, they're all naturally strikers, all of them, but they can all also play
Yeah.
on the wing.
What
But
about
their
Martial?
natural position is as a center forward.
What about Martial on the wing? Is he actually no? He's not that great on the wing. He'd be better as a number 9, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a striker
Yeah,
through and through. But he's done a solid job like on the left for us for like a couple of years now. But he's finally shining since he's getting those minutes at that number 9 role.
Yeah, but probably Greenwood. then.
Yeah,
But what I would
Yeah, I
say
think-
is, out of those three, you take out Greenwood because you shouldn't have this 18-year-old starting, week in week out, anyways.
Yeah.
And we can just have Sancho there, who's an actual right winger, actual winger in that front three, and keep Rashford on the left. Martial's doing fine up top, and we'll keep it at that. So Rashford, Martial, Sancho, and we'll rotate
Yeah.
between Greenwood.
I agree with that.
That's
I
it.
think he can naturally cover for any of the front three, and will most likely replace Greenwood.
That's it.
Great.
Dirty front
We had a huge discussion on center backs just now, but speaking of center backs, Adam Salahat3 on Instagram is asking about Varane's disaster performance against Man City in the Champions League.
three.
my
That was
goodness.
David Luiz-esque. Okay. Actually, wait.
Very
Hold on. Maybe not.
I don't
that
even
bad.
think David Luiz has given away 2 goals in one game before, has he?
Yeah,
He probably has. I'm not
Probably, but I
100%
can't
sure,
remember.
I'm not 100% sure, but just purely based on David Luiz's reputation, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say he probably has done it.
Yeah, it was quite a bad performance, but fair play to him. He put his hands up after the game in an interview and said that it was all his fault, and he apologized and claimed responsibility for it, and stated that it just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what the thing is?
It's
Like
not though.
that,
accountability.
I've never seen a world-class center back have that bad of a performance before, like in the big stage.
But I think the
Like,
whole
this man has
the whole
singularly
Real Madrid
caused
defense
both
was doing
goals.
it though. It wasn't just him.
Yeah, it wasn't just him for sure,
It
but
was
like
the whole defense. It was like
Yeah.
8 or 9 times they gave the ball away in their third. It just so happens that Varane's mistake were capitalized on, but the whole defense was shambolic.
oh, it's shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we sort of underestimate how center backs often work in partnerships
Mhm.
and not necessarily by themselves. And I think he really missed having Ramos there, sort of helping him like lead and probably, telling him to stay keep
Agreed.
position or so on.
I agree.
I have a question. I got sent a question, and they asked. It's mainly about Chelsea. If Havertz goes to Chelsea, do they become title contenders? And
No.
that question was from
No.
Abdul.
No. Their defense is not good enough, bro. Their goalkeeper is clapped. Centre backs Rudiger, he's not all that. I don't know about their fullbacks.
They're
too
trash
well,
as well.
but,
Chelsea's defense is bad.
Yeah,
Trash.
they need some improvement, man. The only good thing they have going for them is Conte when he's fit, but like he's a CDM. He's all the way in midfield, so yeah, no way.
Yeah, they'd be a pretty unbalanced team. They're already an unbalanced team. They need they need a new back line. They need a new goalkeeper.
I would say that they
Go ahead.
probably might kind of feel like the early Liverpool when they had
Yes, I was
they had
just
to
about to say.
score more than they conceded to win.
But with Havertz, they can
Yeah,
do
there's
that.
no
though.
way.
With Havertz, Ziyech,
Yeah,
Werner,
but no,
do
yeah,
that.
for some games, yeah, but Liverpool weren't title contenders, until they
of course.
fixed up that defense.
Yeah,
So-
that I feel like that tactic can maybe win you a cup, but it won't win you a league.
Yeah, like top 6, it could get you top 6, top
You
4.
could get them top 4. I
Yeah,
think.
top 4, yeah, but that's it,
Yeah, I think also Chelsea and Lampard's home record wasn't really spectacular this past season. And that's something that they're going to have to work on. Okay, good question.
I'm not gonna lie though.
Thank you for the
As a
questions.
neutral though, it's gonna be real fun watching Chelsea next season.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if they get him,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm mad jealous, man. I'm mad jealous that they
Same.
get him. If they get him.
Yeah, he's an excellent player, man. Kai Havertz.
all right. One more question. This will be the last one, and it's a topic that might spring a lot of conversations. So let's just keep it short, okay? A Miracle 7 sent in another question, asking about Saka being left out of the Young Premier League Player of the Season nomination.
So first of all, we know he's top 2 young player in the
Let
Premier
me
League.
take a couple of breaths.
Let's not get it twisted here. He's top 2 in the Premier League.
It was a travesty. It was an absolute. How is Martial, this old age pensioner, in the young?
Hey,
player
you
of
know
the year?
what's funny?
And he's a
And
dad as
Saka
well.
was-
Our entire front three is in that not in the nominees.
That's
It's
a travesty.
hilarious.
Wait, Rashford's in there as well.
Rashford is in there as well.
Saka's-
So the
Saka's
nominees
better than
goes
Rashford,
Trent, Grealish, Greenwood, Dean Henderson, Martial, Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic, and Marcus Rashford.
Are
Saka,
you telling
Saka
me
is
Mason
better than
Mount
me.
is ahead
Saka
of
is
Saka?
definitely better than Mason Mount. 100%.
By
better
the
than
way,
Mason Mount.
Martial turns 25 this year, and Rashford
Yes.
turns 23 this year. And apparently they're still young.
No,
I mean, Rashford, I can kind of understand,
but it's like at the
Martial?
tail end of young. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought they
absolutely.
capped it at 23. That's what I thought.
I guess not.
Yeah,
I think-
don't know.
I
I don't
think
know why
it's,
Martial is there.
I could be wrong, but I think it's if you start the season at 24 or younger, then you qualify.
I don't know. I just
That sounds dumb. Saka should be. Also, Mason Mount
Either
should not be
way-
in there. By the way, why is he in there?
If anything, Saka has to replace Mason Mount.
Yeah. Also, fuck Trent. Like, come on. Why is he here?
Yeah, fuck that guy, bro.
I
He's
swear,
like
no, fuck this
21,
guy, man. Why is he here?
He put his studs on
'Cause-
Saka. He can go fuck himself.
It's facts, bro. Facts.
I will never forget
This
that.
entire discussion is pointless because Trent's gonna win it anyway.
Okay, first
That's
of all, I
probably
should go to
true.
Greenwood. Let's just say it. Let's just
No, it
let's
should
just
go
be
to
honest.
Trent. Look how many assists he had.
Look
this
at how many
season.
goals
He
he's
has
had
got
this
mad
season.
assists, bro.
Damn. Both good
Nah,
points.
Trent is definitely winning.
I'll just tell
So-
you this: no one has scored. Oh, there's only one person that has scored more goals than him at his age, and that was Michael Owen.
That's true.
I'm just
Okay.
saying. I'm just saying.
Trent has like a ton of assists this season.
So does
He
Saka.
fucks
I-
pregnant
So does
women,
Saka.
man. So like, no one cares.
Saka has doubles.
All right.
double
Okay, that
digits in
allows
assists.
him. That improves
Listen,
his crossing
listen.
ability.
Let's all say who we think is going to win it.
Trent probably.
Okay.
I think Rashford.
I think Trent.
I think Lingard. If not Lingard, then Greenwood.
Let's
Then
just cut
Greenwood.
it. Let's just cut it there, man. This guy is just.
All right.
It's like we're
Thank you
done.
for tuning in. If you made it this far, props to you. To this episode of the Football Lookout. We will be back for part 2 of our transfer special series right here next week, and we'll hope to catch you guys there.
Thank you
Cheers.
so much
See
for
ya.
listening.
Fuck Orlando City.
Goodbye.